2 matches into the new Serie A season, no less than 5 teams with 2 wins out of 2, including Atalanta after their 4-1 victory over Lazio today. Meanwhile, Inter Milan with a 5-2 victory away from home as we welcome in Matteo Bonetti. Matteo, let's start with Inter, shall we? 9 goals in their opening 2 matches.
Yeah, exactly. It's been an absolute goal fest for Inter. Going forward, they've looked absolutely brilliant, and the problem has been more than anything defensively, Dan. They've conceded now 5 goals in their opening 2 matches, which obviously isn't as painful because of how good the link-up has been, and also the added depth. You know, all the fruits of Conte's begging of the board for more players, they're all coming to reality now with all the additions that they've made in the summer. Now they genuinely have significant depth, and they look like a force to be reckoned with when they go forward. But there are some weaknesses at the back, Dan, that I'm a little bit worried about. I think Conte still needs to figure out what his best 3 are defensively. Alexander Kolarov coming over from Roma to be a center back makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. He's been poor in both games, but it is good that we're finally starting to see actual center backs playing at the back for Inter, like Milan Skriniar, who was inexplicably for sale, and Steven de Vrij. Both came back, but still they need to answer some questions at the back.
Who's your MVP today?
Oh, it's tough. I think you could go in so many different directions, but Achraf Hakimi for me. Spent a lot of money to bring him over from the Bundesliga, the wing back. He's so quick and he's so dynamic when he gets forward, and he's always making these inverted runs as well into the box. It's like having an extra attacker there, but with his pace and his touch, his technique, his crossing ability, it gives Inter a dynamism that they haven't had in the wing back positions since the days of Jose Mourinho, the last time they won a treble. And even today against Benevento, getting forward, scoring a goal. 2 assists in the first 2 games of the season. Hakimi has been an absolutely brilliant signing in a position of need. They desperately needed an upgrade in those wingback positions, and now with Hakimi on that right wing, combining with Lukaku like what we saw today, that is some pairing.
A great win then for Inter. Eclipso had to be, Matteo, by Atalanta, defeating Lazio by 4-1.
Yeah, this is Atalanta through and through. Always watch Atalanta. That's the only thing I tell people who maybe aren't as familiar with this side. It's one of the most entertaining teams in Europe. They were 2 minutes from making it to the Champions League semifinals, and even today, Dan, it doesn't matter that they're a small club, a provincial club. They don't really feel like that anymore. It's almost like we've gotten used to Atalanta absolutely taking it to all the big boys in Serie A. What they did against Lazio, scoring 4 goals, it's nothing new. They did this against every single big team last season. I think the manager Gasperini has this team oiled down perfectly. The way that they attack, the way that they attack as a unit, their possession football, the way that they utilize both wing backs, and they've actually gotten stronger. That's the scary thing. The only really significant loss that they've had was Timothy Castagne left to Leicester, but other than that, they have added depth, and it showed because Lazio, on the other hand, have not. And what Atalanta has done, that they're able to bring this kind of quality as well now off the bench, and they still have the core of their starting 11, I think they actually could be an anti-Juve, someone who can challenge all the way for the Scudetto. Why not?
Wow. Well, let's focus on just what we saw in these opening 2 matches. Taking nothing else into consideration, who are the favourites?
Yep. Has to be Juventus. I cannot discount them until they prove us otherwise. You can't rule out a team that's won 9 straight. When Juventus has everyone healthy, they know how to get the job done. But obviously the interesting subplot is who's finally going to challenge Juventus all the way and truly make it a spectacle until the final round. I think that is Inter from what we've seen. I think the defensive errors are going to be solved by Antonio Conte once he gets that backline sorted and actually has center backs, unlike Alexander Kolarov, playing in the defense. Atalanta, Napoli, Milan, you have maybe 2 or 3 teams legitimately that can challenge Juventus. Unfortunately for the Bianconeri, the rest of Serie A is catching up, and the teams at the top are getting better. I think this is going to be the most interesting Scudetto run that we have seen in ages.
Matteo Bonetti, as always, thank you very much. A lot more from Matteo as he's joined by Kay, Mina, Nikki and Robbo on the latest edition of the Serie Awesome podcast, which is available to listen to now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.